Sport fishing is sort of old, you know, it's been around for a long, long time, but the art of urban fishing, the art of street fishing is still sort of new and undiscovered. So many people, when they think fishing, they think you've got to go remote locations, you've got to spend a lot of money to travel to catch fish. You know, the great thing about urban fishing is you don't need a lot of money, you don't need an expensive boat, a couple rods and reels, a backpack, and a kayak, and you can experience this. I'm Mike Iaconelli, and this is Urban Fishing.
This is how we do it every day, we be grinding, and if you ask me, we the best, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow, and you gon' hear us on the radio. This is how we do every day, we be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow, and you gon' hear us on the radio.
Today, man, I'm excited. We're in New York City, we're in Brooklyn, we're at a place called Gowanus Canal. Man, this canal has a lot of history, good and bad. At one point in time, this was one of the most polluted waterways in all the United States. And now here we are, 2018, this canal has come back. And there are a lot of fish that swim right here in this canal. Stripers, bluefish, tog, black sea bass, eel. City fishing is about like the sounds, you know, you got a guy working right here. Look at this, there's his feet. You got traffic, construction noise, ambulance, people. You know, in fishing, quiet is beautiful, but in city fishing, to me, this is beautiful. I always describe fishing as a puzzle. And you know, until you solve the puzzle, you don't know what's happening. You get that first bite, and as you're fighting it, until you land that fish, you know, you almost stop breathing, you know, your heart's pounding. And then the moment that fish comes in the boat, it's you solving the puzzle. Man, that excitement for me has been with me since I was a kid. That feeling of that fight and then landing the fish, that's what gets me pumped up, man. There's one. Oh, good one, good one, good one. Big one. Oh, big one. Oh, God, big one. Big one. Ah! Yeah! Oh, my God. Ah! Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, man, what a bite. Look at that thing. It's a nice fish. Not quite 5 pounds, but a good fish. And this is a young fish. This fish is only 3 years old. This is a striped bass. It's actually the state fish of New York. This thing, as an adult, can get up to 40 and 50 pounds. So can you imagine this thing about that long? And there's a possibility to catch one right here in the city. They're feeding machines. If you look at that mouth, and this is only a 2 or 3 year old fish, but you can tell if this fish is 30 or 40 pounds and that mouth just gobbles up that prey. They eat it, they have to eat a lot to thrive, and if this fish is here, there's smaller fish here. And if this fish is here, there's also bigger fish here. Street fishing or urban fishing is the biggest movement to hit our sport, the best kept secret in the last 20 years. It's exciting to me because it's another way that our sport is growing. I've had this really amazing opportunity to work with Nat Geo Wild, and we have a show, it's called Fish My City. It gets back to my roots, which is fishing in cities all over the US, all over the world, and uncovering these fishing opportunities. I'm going to these places learning about the animal, learning about the fish, but also learning about nature, conservation, the history of the city, the food, the culture. No, it's not a giant, but it's a good one. When I was a kid fishing, I really did fall in love with this city fishing, urban fishing. It's been great. It's totally revived my love for the sport. And I hope people go out and buy a rod and reel, they try it, and I hope they fall in love with city fishing just like I did. Look at that. Another one. This area is a good area. Brooklyn, New York. That's a Brooklyn bass right there.